I think it was last week, like early in the week. It was like I had streamed Friday for my first time, and then I think I came across his stream that same weekend, and we just jived like immediately. I was like, this guy's so cool, and he's just such an amazing artist. It's like, this guy's an awesome artist, and he's cool. He's not like a dick like some artists are. Not that I haven't really come across anyone within the like miniature community on Twitch that are like jerks, but he just seems especially cool. Inked DNA is the streamer we're talking about. He's a really good dude. I'm sure I will be hanging out with him in Vegas in the not too distant future. I usually go up there at least once a year for work stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I find that there's, within this category, like the streamers are so like supportive of one another, and it's all about the hobby. We're just like excited for people to be getting into it, whether it's the first time someone's getting into it or a lot of people, like, because of like life circumstances, get out of the hobby, like myself. So having so much support of the community as I've gotten back into it has just been like so encouraging and exciting. And I don't consider myself like a master painter of these or anything like that, but just all the positivity and the encouragement been awesome. Hate that when I'm like, I think I'm done with a color, and then I'm going back to the different figures, like, oh, I missed that spot. Dang it. I forgot that part too. So delish. I really dislike painting lighter primed models. I prefer starting black and building up light off of the darker colors. But I'm following the Citadel guides for these just to try it out. Yeah. Even be down with like other colors and stuff, gray. Depending on the figure, even like, I don't know, green or whatever, but Wraithbone, starting with the really bright colors, I'm like, meh. It's good to experience though, I guess. Because I really don't want to just like use a particular method and get stuck in that way. Like I'm all about trying different things this time around and getting better and better at this hobby. Yeah, purple is such a good color. I love purple. It's like more interesting blue. It's just so nice on the eyes. After I finish these termagants, I'll be moving to building and painting a custom Space Marine chapter. Which I'm pretty excited about. I like to kind of tease guys when I jump in their streams and they're not painting. They're just like chilling, hanging out. I mean, it's cool. It's fun. But I'm like, paint your crap. I want to watch you paint. I'm here to learn. Paint. Yeah, that I definitely feel that way about some streams I go into, and I'm just like, hard pass. There have only been a couple like that I've come across within this category, and it's mainly streamers that like already have built up a big following and are partners and everything based off just from like playing video games, and then they're like, I'm gonna paint a mini, and they come in here and everyone's in their chat. I'm just like, this isn't my vibe. Peace out. I really like resonate with Ink DNA because it had the same kind of experience where we streamed years ago, just kind of random games and stuff, streamed for an extended period of time. I had a decent following back at the time. I had a really good time streaming, but that was before they had any kind of affiliate program. And then just life got too complex and too much going on, so I stepped away from streaming. Yeah, and there's not necessarily anything wrong with those some that I've come across that had a big following from gaming and then went into painting. Because there's some that have really kind of like been doing that a lot, and they're pretty cool. I got the impression from some that they were just like, ooh, there's this new category for painting miniatures. I'll try that, even though they've like don't really give a crap about the hobby and I've never done it before. I guess is okay. They're like, I'm gonna try this out. There were just a couple that I didn't really jive with. Which was fine too, because I don't think they're really around much. I just came across them in this category once or twice. Yeah, exactly. So I was even talking to Inked about today, like, I don't really have a desire to ever be a partner, because it would be too much. Like, I don't really want Twitch to be my full-time job, or have like it's so busy that it's like a production every time. Being an affiliate sounds cool. Some of the perks of being kind of like a partner, but without all the like demands and requirements. Yeah, you could. That was the main thing, is like I still had most of the followers from when I streamed years ago. So the only real requirement they have is just having the like minimum like average viewer count, which is like really low too. The requirements for affiliate are like really easy to hit. I wonder if this feels good for this Turgonaut. Shoving a toothbrush in his ear holes. It's like, oh, you got just the spot. Yeah. You're like, well, I gave it a shot, but I got permabanned from Twitch. I feel like you'd have to like try to be banned at being that small. Like an affiliate. They're like, we don't have time to mess around with you little guys. One thing I've learned from these termagants is that I need to prime with lighter coats. Some of them I over-primed. No, well, yeah, kind of. These are particularly from the Space Marine 2 Recruit Edition that they had at Games Workshop. Which was funny because I thought when I saw it at Games Workshop that it was the same set that they had at Target. but with more like the same thing with some paints and stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. So I got it from Games Workshop. And then it turned out recently, I was talking about that with Ink DNA and some other guys, and we were looking at the different editions and stuff, and it turned out the one that's at Target comes with 20 Termagants and Titus. I was like, what? I got ripped. Because this one only comes with 10. But not that big of a deal. Because I also have a Tyranid combat patrol, as well as the starter set. So I've got a lot of Tyranids that I'm going to be painting. Yeah, that seems kind of annoying to me. That's like, then you just cut out people all around the world that would want that item. It's kind of screwed up. It's a pretty good deal though, because it's like, I think it's $50 or $40. Yeah, I think it's $40. The Target one's 40. And it comes with Titus and 20 figures. I'm like, that's a really good deal. And it's the 40k figures, so it's like you could get that and still use it in 40k because no one's gonna know any different. I mean, other than Titus, which I have here all finished up. That was fun to paint. Yeah, I get that. Like, it's not like the Space Marine 2 game was only in the US. Like, why wouldn't you want to have that same thing sold in other places? It just doesn't make sense to me. I wonder if that's the Weta statue that they had for the release. Actually, I think was this pre-order item that's finally like shipping. That's the same kind of thing that Inked is painting. He did a 3D print of the same kind of statue, but is painting it himself and gave it away as a giveaway on his stream. I was like, dang it, when I didn't get that's kind of my impression too. Like, I still like the hobby. I think the figures are really cool, but they just seem so much more like corporate now. and all about like, what can we do to make as much money as possible? Who cares if it pisses off our fans? So you have people that are just like completely turned off from the hobby because of what Games Workshop has been doing. Then I think it's interesting too that they're like, you can tell they're trying to get people into the hobby and kind of have a way to ease them into it. But the way that they're trying to do it, I don't think really works. Like the Space Marine 2 set, for example, they're like, well, instead of it being a Warhammer 40,000 thing, we'll just have it be its own little board game and people can kind of get introduced to the hobby that way. Or there's this other one that I saw. I think Target sells it too, but I saw it at Barnes & Noble. It's called like Space Marine Assault, I think. Where it's the same kind of thing where it's like a separate little standalone board game. And I think their desire is that someone will get that and play it and then be like, oh, that was fun. Maybe we should look into the 40K stuff. And then they look into it and they're like, nope, nope. Yeah, that I think is very accurate depiction of it. I'm a pretty similar even in the time frame. Like my first, let's see, what year was it when I got into it? 90, probably right around that same time, 93, 94. I was in middle school, early high school, and started collecting an Eldar army and got a group of friends that we were all kind of playing it and stuff. It was pretty fun. And then stopped when I moved to Switzerland in the later 90s. Got back into it. What year was that? Probably around like 2006 or so. And mainly just painted for years. And then got out of it around like 2012, I want to say. And was away until just recently. Decided to get all back into it. I'm going to take a little break from painting for a minute. Because I went by Ace Hardware today and was surprised at some of the hobby stuff that they had, including the cement that everyone recommends that I have been trying to get a hold of. They just had them at Ace Hardware right down the street. I'm like, how sweet. I knew they had hobby stuff there, but I didn't realize the extent of it at that location. But they also had blockies. I'm a pretty big fan of Transformers. I was like, what? They got blockies here? Sweet. I've got a buddy that's way into Transformers too, and he's been collecting blockies, and he gave me one recently as a gift. So I'm going to open them. See what I got. What's this? Another one. What's up, Scoto? We were painting Tyranids, and now I'm taking a little break to open some blockies. Which are like Transformers. They're almost like little Gundam, but Transformers instead. Ooh, it's the shattered glass version of Optimus Prime. That's a good one.